Welcome back. And here in Nigeria, the Ministry of Niger Delta Affairs is educating residents living in different communities in the Bayelsa state capital on HIV/AIDS, malaria, cancer, and various other health issues. The enlightenment is part of a medical outreach which had a large turnout of people seeking medical help. Organizers say the outreach is being carried out across Niger Delta states and will spread to other parts of the country.
Children, youths and even the elderly are gathered at the assembly hall of the community primary school in Yenagoa, the Bayelsa state capital, responding to the news of the free medical outreach from the federal government. Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Niger Delta Affairs, organizers of the outreach, explains the essence of the program.
We are going to go through all the whole 9 states of the Niger Delta. There's poverty everywhere. The essence is to help people, individuals. Those that have cataract or do free operations, it's a free medical service in their rendering. Nobody's paying a kobo. So that is the essence, to help people out of their problems.
While a member of the medical team goes through the different medical conditions that will be treated.
There is so many eye elements that we are doing. Let's assume it like a cataract, glaucoma, and issuing glasses. Those have short sight and long sight. Then we have medical. We treat like HIV, and we treat like malaria, and diabetes too.
As the day wore on, prescription glasses were given to the elderly people who had challenges with their eyes. There was also a blood pressure check for most adults, all who made it down, with drugs dispensed to those who needed it.
If you take some statistics, our people have poor health-seeking behaviors. So I think this will go a long way, and for our people to, for them to know their status as in HIV, cancer, and even their eye, because some persons cannot even afford eyeglasses and they have poor vision, and is also giving a negative impact on them.
Ministry of Niger Delta coming to assist people. I feel so great. I want to advise they should continue with this process by going to the rural communities.
The outreach has saved many the expenses they may have incurred from hospital visits to check the same ailments. Organizers say the medical outreach will be replicated in other Niger Delta states and eventually other regions of the country.
The World Health Organization says the vital work of tracing people potentially affected with the deadly Ebola virus in Northeast Democratic Republic of Congo is ongoing, despite violence against frontline medical workers and communities. Since the latest outbreak began last August, the WHO has recorded over 2,000 cases of infection and 1,540 victims. Briefing journalists in Geneva after returning from the DRC to oversee the scaling up of UN-led operations in North Kivu and Ituri provinces, the WHO's Assistant Director General for Emergency Response explained that major urban centers for Butembo and Katwa we're now seeing only sporadic cases of infections thanks to coverage in all 33 health areas.
Since the beginning of the outbreak, we have recorded 2,284 cases and 1,540 people died from the disease. But at the same time, we have 637 people who survived the disease, and I think this is important. We have a new hotspot in the rural area in Mabalako and Mandiwa. And the outbreak started there last year and spread to all the disease. So it's important to break this vicious cycle to contain very quickly the situation in Mabalako and Mandima, where we have more than 55% of the cases coming from. Right now, we are only seeing sporadic cases in Butembo and Katwa, but the risk is still important. As you know, for Ebola, you only need one case to start spreading, or one high-risk contact not follow up can spread the disease. Over 68 million people have been screened in the borders to make sure that they are not moving with the disease. And we have identified so far 19 cases at border levels that were detected, since the beginning of the outbreak, 19. we need to continue investing in preparedness, because the risk is still there. And since the beginning of the year, we didn't get any financing for preparedness in neighboring countries. It's really important to continue to invest on preparedness.
And as we end the program today, let's meet a Nigerian artist turning classic cars into furniture. Experimental artist Tantua is creating unconventional furniture using car parts from the 90s. The 44-year-old Ghanaian Nigerian says he hopes his pieces will help preserve the history and memories he believes are contained in the pre-loved vehicles. Take a look.
This art studio in Port Harcourt, Nigeria, could easily be mistaken for a car showroom, but a closer look reveals that it's filled with pieces of artistic furniture that give old car body parts a new lease of life. A bed made from a Mercedes-Benz 200 series stands in one corner, and another made out of an old Jaguar is displayed on the other side of the room. The cars being repurposed here are mostly classic models like the Mercedes-Benz and Volkswagen Beetle that were popular in Nigeria in the 1990s. The vehicles were sought for their resilience, and many people have fond memories attached to them. However, with the advent of automatic cars, most families are finding it difficult to maintain these classic manual vehicles. This inspired artist Diseye Tantua to create a line of unconventional furniture using the vehicle.
Someone had created a table, an office desk with it, so I felt it would be a good idea using the flatboat, which because it has a flat back, to create this space. To recreate my office, I used my father's car. And ever since, everybody is in love with it, and so it pushed me into, using the other parts of the car to make other things. And that's how I started.
Tantua started marketing his creations in 2016 after receiving a lot of positive feedback on the table he made out of his father's car. He began getting orders from family and friends who were also finding it difficult to maintain old family cars. In 2017, Tantua hosted a solo exhibition at a car showroom, hoping to spark conversations around upcycling and other ways of turning junk into art.
They are not what you can find any and everywhere. They are special cars which are celebrated, used and celebrated. Sometimes I leave them in their bad shape and try to make sure that there's less rust on it again. I make sure that for every piece of mine you find, you want to go back to it, either take a photograph or you want to be a part of it in some way.
Tantua gets his car parts from junkyards and car owners. The applied arts graduate also buys grounded cars. His furniture costs between 500,000 naira to 2.5 million naira, depending on the complexity of the piece and car parts used. Otome Okolo, a lawyer in Lagos, bought furniture made out of an old Mercedes-Benz for her living room in 2018. She says her dad had a similar car and the seat brings back memories of her childhood.
Aside from having a piece of art that's beautiful, is useful, it's a relic, I mean, we all know, from the past that Mercedes-Benz in this country is something that Nigerians cherish, and it's something that my father drove, you understand? So there's history there.
Tantua has sold several pieces to homes, offices and top galleries across the country. He also expresses his creativity through other mediums like drawing and painting.
Well, that's the program today. Thanks for watching. I'm Teniola Kiboele. Bye for now.